Guys, this video is brought to you by our friends at Ridge. This incredible wallet is light, it's sleek, it's industrial, and you already know it's seriously changed my entire pocket game. Now guys, now is the time for you to upgrade your wallet. Check this out. Ridge wallets hold up to 12 cards, plus all the cash that you're gonna need. There's over 30 colors and styles. That includes carbon fiber and burnt titanium. Right now, I'm sporting the 24 karat gold wallet and I love it. It's also made with RFID blocking technology that protects you from digital pickpocketers. It is the best wallet you can buy. And I don't want you to just take my word for it because there's over 50,000 5-star reviews. I will admit I was skeptical at first, but once I tried it, I never went back to my old wallet. And for you guys, there's no pressure. Test this out for 90 days. If you don't love it, send it back. You will get a full refund. If you decide to keep it, there's a lifetime warranty. Go to ridge.com/Chael. Be sure to use the promo code Chael. That's going to get you 10% off your order, or just click on the link below.
You know, I watched last night, and you ever do this where you're watching something, but you're seeing something else? Your mind is somewhere else, not at all on what's been advertised or even what's in front of you. Because when I watched Henry Cejudo, who, by the way, looked great, it is very difficult to explain what a competitor is. It's very difficult. You got martial arts, you got your white belt, your blue belt, your brown belt, right? We have this escalation. But the same thing goes with intangibles, such as conditioning and such as being a competitor. Knowing how to compete, how to deal with it when the pressure's on. Regardless of how much time's left here, let me give you guys a great example. You know guys that you think are tough guys, right? You've seen them in sport. Maybe you competed against them, or maybe you're just in the stands and you watch them. You go, man, that guy's a tough guy. He's a tough guy. What does that mean? And there's an answer to it. But have you ever thought about what it is? When you see a tough guy, it doesn't mean he's mean. It doesn't mean he's got a tattoo of an anchor on his arm like at some point in your life you probably thought. A tough guy goes hard the whole time, no matter what the score is. If he's ahead by 10 points, he is coming after you. If he's behind by 10 points, if there is no way for him to win, with the amount of time that's left, but he's coming after you. He'll rather lose by 9 than 10, whatever it takes, every second that's a tough guy. That's the ones you respect. That's the great competitors. Those are the ones that you remember. And I just share that distinction with you because Henry Cejudo was fatigued. He had the right to be. He had the right to be fatigued. He hasn't been in there since 246. Walked away on his own accord and didn't get a full 25 minutes in that night. His previous fight, he goes out there, signs up for 25. He didn't get the full 25 in. Now he's in a 25-minute contest with the greatest bantamweight on the planet. There is 6 billion men on Earth. Aljo can beat them all. All right, so of course Henry's tired, but he never backed down. It didn't affect his performance. As a matter of fact, if you were to just look at who was coming forward more between Aljo and Henry, it was Henry. And the one that's breathing deeper, the one that is less focused in the corner because he doesn't have the ability to, he's gasping for air, never is the one that's coming forward. But it was with Henry. That's what a good competitor he was. When Henry went out there, what did you expect him to do? In all fairness, we knew going into that fight, Henry wasn't going to be what he was at 246. That's just logic. We don't need anything more than logic. He got older. He's not getting better at something by not doing it. The question was, okay, there was a gap between Henry and the field. Go see the TJ fight. Go see the Mariah's fight. Go see the Dominic Cruz fight. There was a gap. He was better by a gap. That got close. We knew that got close. That's basic sense. We knew that got close. While closing it, while diminishing, while coming down, was he still good enough to beat Aljo? Yes or no? No excuses, straight up, but that's what this was about. The answer ended up not being no, but that's reasonable. It would have been a surprise had he won. Then again, it was a surprise when he won the Olympics at 20 years old with no college wrestling, right? Like, he's done things that are surprising. I bring this to you because why was that not true for Jon Jones? It's very interesting. Everything I said about Henry, and I'm not making excuses for it, but that's real. You get a little bit older. Things change. You change gyms. You change how often you're in there. You change your activity, right? Think of all the things that Jon changed. Gyms, workout partners, coaches, trainers, weight classes. I mean, think about all the things that changed. And he still signed up for a 5-round contest. He ended up going against Surreal. He agreed to go against Stipe, and he thought he was going against Francis. I mean, not for nothing. I got to correct that because I have heard a couple of people say, well, Jon's champion, but it was a favorable matchup. Jon didn't know he was fighting Surreal. He thought he was fighting Stipe. He wanted to be fighting Francis. I mean, if we're going to tell the story, we got to tell it accurately. And why were things different for him? Why does 2 + 2 not always equal 4? It's a really interesting thing. I don't have the answer. It requires some thought. My father, I love to tell this story, but my father was a horseman. He gets a call one day from a trainer named Tex Irwin. And in horse racing, there's something called claiming, where if there's a race, but it's a claim race, a total stranger, in this case my father, can go in and claim your horse, which means buy it. If you put your horse on the track that day, but it's a claiming race, when that race is over, you may not own him. Pretty cutthroat, isn't it? Well, Tex Irwin tells my dad it was $5,000. We did not. My father was a plumber. We did not have $5,000 laying around in 1989. And he says, you've got to buy this horse. His name's Sunvest. My dad said, why? What do you mean I got to buy him? Why? Tex said, because I'm the only one that knows how to train him. He's the best horse in Portland, a track called Portland Meadows. Big deal back then. And he said, but I'm the only one that knows how to train him. Buy him and bring him to me. And my dad did. Blindly. Came up with them. I sold my mom's car. Sold my mom. His truck was a work. It was a work. It was his Plymouth van. He sold my mom's car to come up with the money. Went and bought this horse. Takes him to Tex Irwin. The horse wins 5 races in a row, which was a track record. It went to break the record in race number 6. Lost by a photo finish to come in second. Won 3 more races, and then somebody claimed him away. When that person claimed him away, Sunvest never won again. Never. Did fine, but he never won. My dad asked Tex Irwin, what was your secret? And Tex said, don't work him. My dad said, what do you mean? Now, work is a term in the horse business, which means train. If you are going to work him in the morning, they go about 6:30, 7 in the morning. They don't want the day to get too hot, want to run when it's nice and cool. But if you say, you want to go train your horse, you use that word in MMA, you say, I'm going to work him at 6 o'clock. This jockey's going to come work him. It just means run him around the lap one time. And he said, no, don't work him. Everybody's going to run 5 times a week. Walk him 3 times. Take him out there 3 times, not 5. And when you do it, walk him. Let him see the track. When Sunday comes, he'll go like hell. And he did. It was just the truth. But you got to know that. You got to know that about your guy. And sometimes guys will leave it in the gym. I know guys, their trainers run them real hard. They'll leave it on the road. By the time they get to the fight, they don't have anything left. And I'm just bringing it to you. I don't have a full conclusion here. It was an observation. It was very fascinating to me. Henry Cejudo is much more decorated than Jon, just by example. More in wrestling, got the 2 weight classes. Jon came up, finally got the 2 weight classes himself. Jon even turned to Henry. Jon openly humbled himself. Said, show me what you're doing. Show me what you know. Jon took a break, came back better. Henry took a break, came back as you would think a person would, which is, got to work a couple of things out. Just an observation. But I'd love to bring these things to your attention.